Yeah, gonna get right. Sorry I'm late. Y'all, the community helped me just establish our website. That was due to a gift from a specific person. That would have been the gift that helped me set up the website came from, let me tell you, so that I can name you, Kelvin Guerrero. Your love gift helped me set up the website. Islam Kenneth. I'm going to be right with y'all. I was setting up the website. That's why I was late. Putting in the work. These active Moors is putting in work. Community, love, unity, all of that great stuff that we're doing right now. Okay. It's going to stop using that word. I was taught that that word actually has negative, denotative to it. Ronald Loper, good to see you. Carl Tippins, please share. Thank you for joining me for part 3, Raising Competent Heirs, Heirship 103. We're not going to take too much of your time. This hour is going to be short. I'm going to try to get through a lot of pages without, going on a tangent. Who else is here? Damian Stars Bay. Everyone that is jumping on here. Nationalization. First order today. We need y'all to be in propria persona, in one's own person. One owns person. Okay. Just think about it. You, Islam to you, remember about 30, 40 years ago, before the KKK started terrorizing our communities, we had the whole entire community on the porch, outside, kids playing football in the streets, throwing their shoes over the light posts. All the parents were being parents to all the children. Every last one of them. Ooh, that thing beaming, boy. So this is where we're trying to get back to. Community engagement. This is seeing our children and our parents coming back to being accountable to one another. Hey, we got your kid over here at our house. We just fed him. We don't know what he's doing over here, but can we send him back home? Sure. Go ahead. Thank you for taking care of him. But all the parents and all the communities should be taken care of and accountable to all the kids in all the communities. And we should be one big happy family, parlaying it out. Just got the website domain purchased, and I am currently building the website right now. It is heavy. It is a lot of work, but it has to be done because consular courts will be built. Okay. The United States Minor Outlying Islands, a statistical designation defined by the International Organization for Standardization. Here's your code. ISO 3166-1 code. Consists of 9 United States insular areas in the Pacific Ocean and Caribbean Sea. Baker Island, Howard Island. Oh, we already did that one. No? Baker Island, Howland Island, Jarvis Island, Johnston Atoll, Kingman Reef, Midway Islands, Nassau Islands, Palmer Atoll, and Wake Island. The Caribbean territories of Bajo Nuevo Bank and Serenilla Bank can also be induced as per U.S. sources. Now check this out. We gave y'all 3 tiers. We gave you 2 tiers, and then I went on a tangent and forgot to give you the 3rd tier. The first tier concerning the trustees who are hypothecating ownership of your vast estate is the board of trustees at the bank that can be sourced by the numbers on the back of your Social Security card. The 2nd tier is the Department of Treasury. The 3rd tier is the International Monetary Fund. That's your 3rd tier. Eventually, you will be contacting them and or they will be sending you information when you send in your Freedom of Information Act. Among them, Palmyra Atoll is the only incorporated territory as of 2008. None of the islands have any permanent residents. The only human population consists of temporarily stationed scientific and military personnel. The 2000 census counted 315 people on Johnston Atoll and 1 person on Wake Island. There has been no modern indigenous population except at the 1940 census. The Baker, Howland, and Jarvis colonization scheme attempted to settle Americans on those 3 islands beginning in 1935. But all 3 islands were evacuated in 1942 as a result of World War II. The islands are grouped together as a statistical convenience. They are not administered collectively, nor do they share a single cultural or political history beyond being uninhabited islands under the sovereignty of the United States. They are collectively represented by the ISO 3166-1 Alpha-2 Code UM. The individual islands have ISO 3166-2 numerical codes. See ISO 3166-2 _UM. The Internet Country Code Top Level Domain, cctld.um, has historically been assigned to the islands. However, the .um cctld was retired in January 2007. The ISO introduced the term United States Minor Outlying Islands in 1986. From 1974 until 1986, 5 of the islands, Baker, Howland, Jarvis, Palmyra Atoll, and Kingman Reef, were grouped under the term United States Miscellaneous Pacific Islands with ISO 3166 code PU. The code of Midway Atoll was MI, the code of Johnston Atoll was JT, and the code of Wake Island was WK. These links have helped validate the legitimacy of the United States Minor Outlying Islands location when dealing with uninformed or misinformed postal employees. Okay, I will give you these links later. On to the next one. Woo, baby. Love y'all energy, man. Keeps me excited, keeps me going, man. I would not be able to do this without y'all getting on here and rocking with me and obliging. The COCNE@gmail.com. You can send your gifts and or membership dues to that particular email. Another one that you can send your gifts to is the Cash App located pinned on top of the group, Consular Courts Northeast Amexa. You, Mr. Kel Hanif Bey, I appreciate your contribution to this work. Okay. So I just gave you number 9, and now you have 8, 9, and 10. So when you're sending letters out, use the word near followed by a period before the postal code. Near, period, postal code. Put all zip codes in brackets. All zip codes have entanglements with the postal system, the IRS in the world. Brackets, remove it from the page. The zip codes dash whatever through dash the 4, so dash 5 dash 4 are on the public side. The postmaster has 2 functions, public side and private side. The 4-digit is the postmaster's private zip code extension for the postmaster of the Postal Service or for general delivery on the public side. 9998 is the private postmaster designation of the postmaster at General Post Office on the private side, because the General Post Office is the estate's post office. Woo, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Using 9998, the postmaster is the occupant of the executor office. That is you. It is now believed that there is a special zip code reserved for each country that will not appear as a valid zip code. This is because the zip code is reversed for the private side or lands adjacent to the corporate county zip codes. Use by anyone else will constitute mail fraud and will be investigated by the United States Postal Inspector. A list of these special zip codes is being sought. At the end of the text presented on each of the lines 1 through 7 of the postal location, there must be a period, as well as after the word near, period, online aid, so attorneys can't slip in additional information. Changing your mailing. Before you send executor letters, and counsel is going to help you compose them and or hope that you are diligent enough to practice composing them yourself. Before you send executive letters, you must change your mailing. You do this by sending letter to the postmaster and also by changing all your present mailing addresses, home address, post office boxes, private mailboxes, to your new general post office mailing location. So that's every single person that has your current domicile. You're going to send them a personal letter yourself, and the post office may send it to them, they may not, but you're going to do it. My new domicile is the post office address, name in all caps, comma, state. The problem with private mail locations, such as the UPS, is they have contracts with the Postal Service, and private mail service is your mail receiving agent. There is an eternal record that you've received mail there, and now you have a conflict. One domestic, one international location. The private mail location is actually a satellite office for the postal office. It is fatal to your sovereignty because a delivery takes place there. I'm going to plug you right now. Amun, A-M-U-N-R-A, estate, E-S-T-A-T-E, trust, T-R-U-S-T.com. That is the website we will be moving to. That is the platform we will be moving to. So everyone that is associated with consular courts, this OT Bay, will eventually get a link to that new website address, and all of the information that is being given right now is going to be given on that website. And we are at the contract that you have with the USPS store, etc., is linked directly to the address that you provided when you entered into that contract on PS Form 1583. If you want to sever those entanglements, you must have your mailing location at General Post Office. You cannot get out from under the Postal Service by using a private mailbox, that is the USPS store, the UPS store. To assure that you are occupying the executrix office will be respected by the legal system, you must complete and serve the executrix change of mailing location letter, see Exhibit A, on the postmaster at your local main post office, not a satellite branch, retail location. It must be a post office with a postmaster. Go to http://webpmt.usps.gov/ to look up the name of the postmaster in your area. This database does not identify post offices by zip code. So if you live in a metropolitan area where there are several post offices, you may have to call your post office to discover the postmaster name. Only the original of the letter needs to be sent by certified mail to the post office, and copies sent to notify court cases, collection issues, financial institutions, insurance companies, any government entities, etc. All other colored copies of the executor's change of mailing location letter can be sent by regular first-class mail. Once the location change is accepted by the postmaster receiving the executrix change of mailing location letter, you should get a confirmation number at General Post Office. Ooh, we get that confirmation number, y'all. Get it? We have to have it. If you receive no positive response to your change of mailing location letter 14 days after receipt by the postmaster, file a complaint with the Attorney General and Governor referencing the location change. You may provide someone a power of attorney to pick up your mail at the General Post Office. See how this works? Now, you ain't got to be feeling all jittery and you all scared to go do your business. You can have somebody go pick it up for you that you give authorized authority if you really want to get that, private. Hey, Zena. Tamak Tunde Gems. Good to see you. Major Bay. Glad you're joining us. Share, hashtag consular courts. We doing work around here. And I just had the pleasure of gifting another one of my consuls. And now we having fun gifting each other back and forth. This is what the community does. As we begin to build, the community will sow. Those who are entrusted with the gifts will build for you, the people. We got your back. Take the numbers off your house, remove the mailbox, and take away the welcome mat, so the authorities no longer have any authority. The mailbox, address, and doormat are an open invitation for authorities to exercise their diluted authority. If you leave that resident address, mailbox, receptacle, and house number in place, it is an open invitation to zoning enforcement, process servers, tax, and other revenue collectors. You can hang a civil flag of the U.S. on your property. Hang it down, not from a pole. I'm hanging my Moore flag. I don't know about y'all. Woo, baby. That's what Sharon got. She got a Moore flag hanging right outside her house. See, you got to be proud about the nation you're from. You got to look. You got to have a sense of dignity. You fly that flag. You get it plastered everywhere. Get it painted on your cars, whatever you want. This is the Moore Empire, baby, and we represent. Understand that postal matter at General Post Office is not delivered. It is called for. You are the grantor with the footprints. You are functioning as the occupant of the executor office with the fingerprints. You may need an ID to pick up your mail matter. If your ID has your old address, then you've not changed it. You can use all kinds of IDs. Use one with the General Post Office address on it. So, tag agency or whatever it is, when you go get your new ID, or we send you, because Consul is sourcing more identification cards right now. When we send you your more identification card, your address is the post office. And that post office must be the General Post Office Postmaster General. We gave you that link. We're going to give you all these links when we send you this document. We'll have everything. Again, nationality is the first order of the day. No, this document ain't getting sent until you're in proper person and you can execute this function correctly. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, Carlos? Good to see you. Thanks for reaching in. We getting all type of stuff in Consul. This man sent me a song. The song's code. I'm gonna plug y'all. I'm gonna plug him into the consular court. Y'all gonna hear this man's music. Support him. We're supporting one another. We're no longer supporting the service corporations at all. They do not need. They're not entitled to our Federal Reserve notes at all. We're going to begin to take care of one another. We're going to store our Federal Reserve notes for ourselves until we completely remove ourselves from this de facto corporation and we enter into the de jure form of government. Now, my president and the Order of the Great Seal and the Moorish Nation and the Moorish Science Temple of America, I'm with y'all and I support you and I got your back. But let's do it right. Mary A. Paris, it's good to see you. Everyone must follow his or her own path. David has been located at General Post Office since 1994. So the instructions of this person, they've been doing this since 1994. The street name and number used in the mailing location to General Post Office is not necessary. The mail will go to wherever the zip code is. However, some entities will not accept an address to General Post Office and require a street name and number. In that case, you can use the street name and number of the post office building. The address must be a main post office, not a branch. The address must be a main post office, not a branch. Put the mailing location on everything you can. Because you are in the highest, because you are in the highest office, why would you go get some inferior government officer to certify your executor letter? You do it yourself by getting the post office to do it using the certified mail number sticker. That correspondence has been certified by the United States Postal Service for your General Post Office and the postmaster position of the executor. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on, let's get it. Post office will accept delivery of UPS and FedEx, or you can have UPS and FedEx delivered to a friend's home or other address that is not yours. Concerning trust, if the creator of the trust is alive, the trust is estate property. This is why we're going to send you this trust after you're nationalized and it has been confirmed. Because the trust is the estate property. The trustee mailing location needs to be changed. You're not necessarily changing the location of the trust. Sending and receiving certified and registered mail at the General Post Office. We are at 20 minutes. We have another 40 to go. Rock with me. Hey, Shamba D. Thank you, Crystal Johnson, for joining us, spending this hour with us. We are executors and executrix, and we're competent heirs. We are active Moors, and we are having, we having fun, baby. It ain't work if you're having fun. Yeah, liberty. Examples of why you must be located at the General Post Office. Review these code sections to understand how the proper mailing location benefits your tax status. Title 26, Subtitle B, Chapter 11, Subchapter A, Part 1, 2001. 2001, Imposition and Rate of Tax. Imposition. A tax is hereby imposed on the transfer of the taxable estate of every decedent who is a citizen or resident of the United States. 2002, Liability for payment. The tax imposed by this chapter shall be paid by the executor. Title 26, Subtitle B, Chapter 11, Subchapter C, 2203. Definition of the executor. Whoa. Yeah, baby. The term executor, wherever it is used in this title in connection with the estate tax imposed by this chapter, means the executor or administrator of the decedent, or if there is no executor or administrator appointed, qualified and acting within the United States, then any person in actual or constructive possession of any property of the decedent. Thus, if you are the executor of the estate of the decedent, whose mailing location is outside of the United States, making it not a resident thereof, you as the executor owe no tax. Ooh, baby. No taxation without representation, baby. Yeah. Meije, greatly appreciate your contribution. When this community, the energy of it, really understands the scope of the work that council's going to be doing in your communities, you're going to be all for it. There will be no more service corporations. You won't have to stand in the SNAP benefit line. You won't have to deal with these belligerent trustees. Woo! We ain't got to deal with these people no more. You ain't even got to talk to them no more. Not a near another. Not a near another. Hey, look, I'm sorry y'all be having too much fun. Okay. What to do if the postmaster resists changing your postal location to General Post Office? It is unlikely that the person you speak with at the post office has ever heard of the term General Post Office. When I went to the post office about 10 days after I mailed my change of mailing location executive letter to the postmaster, my home delivery had already been stopped for about a week. The county clerk, although trying very hard to be helpful, had no idea what I was talking about. That's why I brought this to the post office when I did it. I'm going to bypass this and go to 23. But I brought it to her and I said, hey, look, this is the dates. This is y'all history. You need to know your codes. You got people working for you. These people in these positions don't even know how the post office operate. Hey, Dr. Green, good to see you. Taylor Finley. Now, she's a woman well-versed in the Yoruba culture, and she is getting more knowledgeable every day. You want to see her to understand the Yoruba culture. I love the Yoruba, and my name came from my Akashic records as I meditated. Asain is a herbal god that the Yoruba tribe consults for healing. They consult this specific deity to understand how roots and herbs heal the people. Okay, better get your head reading. Yeah. Let's go. I'm gonna bypass a couple of these pages. Here we go. Some examples of success using the executive letter. Example 1. Everybody wants to know what to do about getting remedy. Oh, I got this issue. The social service system has my children. I'm in prison. I need to know how to do A, B, and C. Child custody case. Example 1. A husband and a wife going through a nasty divorce were involved in a child custody case. Wife had brought baseless but damaging allegations against husband. Wife hired a lawyer. Lawyer turned out to be son of the judge hearing the case. Child services got involved and decided that the husband could only see the children under supervised visitation for 20 minutes once a month. It was clear that the wife was going to be awarded full custody of the children at the hearing. Father filed documentation that he was the executor of the estate. When the parties went to court, the father was recognized as the executor of the children's estates and the children as property of the father's estate. Father was awarded custody of the children. Ooh, come on, competent fathers, and go get your babies, Mr. Executors. The next day, the judge's caseload was stripped from him. He seemed to be removed from the bench. Lawyer had disappeared. Governor of the state had dispatched 2 special agents who have contacted the father to the county, apparently to put the court system back together again. Yeah, so they make these belligerent trustees do what they have to do. Example number 2, man on trial set free and case dismissed. A man in jail awaiting trial the next day calls wife, who had received a sample of the executor letter. Wife reads executor letter to husband, who writes down every word. Man writes out executor letter in longhand and signs in front of notary. Man goes to court the next day and presents executor letter to judge. Judge reads letter and immediately instructs bailiff to release this man and get him out of his court. Man goes free and case is dropped. Y'all want remedy? Now you have it. None of these processes, just this. This is the end game. Y'all don't have to sit anymore in all of these groups trying to learn what you need to learn. This is it for you. Woo, baby, we're free. We don't have to keep on sitting in these groups, getting all this misinformation. This is it. Example 3, man accused of practicing law without license gets out of jail. A man who was charged with practicing law without a license was sent to jail. He presented the executor letter and got out of jail. Example 4, here's where the people with their homes who are dealing with foreclosures. That would be my mighty Moabitess who talks to me about this. Foreclosures stopped. At least 2 cases have been reported where foreclosures were stopped using the executor letter. And another foreclosure was stopped in Maryland just before we went to press. Example 5, stopped garnishment and taking of payroll taxes. Bob had been garnished by the IRS 3 times. He sent the executor letter to the CFO of his company. The day after the company got the letter, everyone suddenly started acting cold towards Bob. Bob got an EIN for his estate with him as executor. His immediate boss came back from vacation and was not friendly as usual. Bob gave her the EIN for the estate. She took it and was shaking. She reads that Bob is dead and yet he is the executor of the estate. She sent the EIN to corporate. Bob gave her another copy. The executor letter told her to inform payroll they had no authority to deduct anything from estate property, his check, other than medical insurance premium payments. The next business day, everyone at the company is once again talking to him and calling him sir, even though Bob is not management. This is what I did. So I took a Greyhound. I had 2 big rectangular boxes. They were, hey, Rambo L, good to see you. They were 50 pounds apiece. They were taped together. When I purchased the claim ticket to slap on my boxes, they had rollers on them. When I purchased the claim ticket, I slapped it on the box. They lost my luggage on the way. For 10 days, I was without luggage. Estate property, excuse me. I went through all the channels. Called, left messages, talked to representative, gave them claims check numbers, no response. I sourced the CEO of Greyhound. I sourced it. And I emailed whomever I could with attention the CEO's name. With my letterhead, Morris Divine National Movement letterhead, operating as the executor of the estate. I said, if you don't return estate property immediately, boy, I was killing them in this game. I said, the estate is going to charge you a fee schedule. Guess what? charged him the fee schedule, told him that. 3 hours later, 8 p.m. at night, Greyhound calls me. Sir, we have your luggage. Where are we going to send it? What Greyhound station? We'll drop it off so you can pick it up. We're sorry for the inconvenience. Bang, 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 bang. Moving, baby. They was moving because they knew the executor was operating. Went and got my estate property. Got all my luggage back. Because I ain't playing no games with these jokers. Woo, baby. That's what I'm talking about. They knew that I was operating. They knew they was finna get that fee schedule or bond. They bonds looked at. They wasn't messing with me. Chauncey Bay, good to see you. Blaine Casino, glad to see you as well. Snatched the picture off and posted it on my page. Then Bob took a W-8 BEN for the estate to remove the Social Security number from the payroll account. He had been garnished the previous week. The big boss called, let me go back to you. W-8 BEN for the estate to remove the Social Security number from the payroll account. Gonna need to do that. He had been garnished the previous week. The big boss calls Bob in the next day. Boss asks if there's anything they can do for Bob. Ends up putting him in the job position he wanted, and he is now required to work fewer hours. Woo-wee. Come on. He went back to see his immediate boss if the records had been properly changed. She said she really doesn't understand all of this, but it is a foreign entity, and corporate is taking care of it. She then told Bob that the CFO was fired. What? The man got terminated. He was in breach of trust. He shouldn't have been doing that belligerent in non-disclosure. The CFO was fired because he lost his bonding. He had allowed the garnishment after receiving the executor letter. The executor letter is a lien. The letter itself is a lien. It is a judgment by the court from the post office of the estate, from the postmaster in the executor office, certified, recorded, and registered. Only the board of directors can fire the CEO. The estate may try to bond the CFO so he gets his job back. Example 6, no jury duty. Example 7, no county refuse fees. Example 8, plenitude. Example 9, release from jail. Example 10, credit card case drop. Example 11, foreclosure stop. 12, dad springs son from jail. Mazi, that's you. That's you, Maji, right here. Dad springs son from jail. 13, case dismissed. 14, don't come back no more. A defendant in Tennessee went to court and told the judge that he was the executor of the state. The judge immediately left. The judge, still in his robes, waited for him outside and told the men to please not come into court anymore. Just send your paperwork from now on. 15, son released from jail. Now, out of 15, here's one non-success. I'll give it to you because it's always something. A man was charged with filing UCC liens. The executor letter was filed and case settled. After 3 weeks, the guy couldn't take the suspense anymore and filed some commercial paperwork. The day the court got it, they issued a warrant for his arrest. Now he's in jail for 6 years. You better follow these processes correctly because you will get put in jail. How to respond to inquiries about the estate. On page 26, 33 minutes, and we're 26 minutes out. Stick with me, family. Share, consular courts, active Moors, delivering the Moors, getting it in, and building consulates in our communities. Woo, baby. How to respond to inquiries about the estate. If anyone asks questions about the estate, say, I cannot answer that. It is a private estate, and I am duty-bound to non-disclosure concerning the business of the estate. If someone demands the death certificate for the estate, produce the birth certificate with the registrar's seal and signature on it. If they say it's a BC, ask if they can read the seal and signature on the document. The register is the probate court, Bouviar's. The seal on the BC is factual evidence that the estate has been probated. If judge or someone says you did not go to court to become the executor, show them the BC and point out the seal of the registrar. That proves you did go to court. Listen, the registrar is the probate court. So all of you running around trying to authenticate the birth certificate, the registrar is the probate court. They will seal your BC, and that will be factual evidence that the estate has been probated. Woo, baby. No more of these colorable processes ever again. Hey, Okay. How to execute the documents. When signing the executor letter, sign your name as follows. By, semicolon, executor, your upper lowercase name signature. Use all given names and family name. Note, you may also sign in all lowercase letters. So either way works. When signing any other document, including checks, driver's license, traffic tickets, sign your name as follows. Do not enter the word executor. By, your upper lowercase name, signature. You may also sign in all lowercase letters. Now, signing your name this way removes all liability and has the same effect as UCC 1-308, all rights reserved. So after you're recognized as your executor of state, you can begin using your fingerprint and your thumbprint. Thumbprint everything. Every ticket, every invoice that you get from these corporations, return their paperwork, don't pay them nothing. Tell them that the services that they are providing to you are to be rendered free of charge, accepted for value, discharged, whatever, because these corporations are doing commerce on Al-Moroccan territory. They owe it to you. The least they can do is provide the services. That's your compensation for allowing them to do commerce on your land. Abandoned paperwork. When a party sends paperwork addressed to the all caps name, they are addressing the estate and assume the estate is abandoned, hence termed abandoned paperwork. When you return their paperwork to them, you are returning the evidence of their attempt to defraud the estate, the abandoned estate. They assume the estate is abandoned until you step up into the executor office and notify them with the executor letter. Woo, baby. That's what I'm talking about. It's something that I'm supposed to be saying right now to somebody or something, some person, place, or thing. As it comes to me, the wind's gonna blow. Okay. They deliberately leave the words executor, estate, trust, and trustee off the paperwork. They abandon and direct to your attention. Everything is unauthorized unless the executor office has delegated in writing such authority. Anything they send you is abandoned paperwork, and it is fraud, not a mistake. They use only a name on their paperwork without any designation as to what it is. That is the estate, executor office, occupant of the executor office, trust, trustee, occupant of the trustee office. You may regard the name as an estate or whatever you wish. Paperwork sent to all caps name, which does not distinguish what it is void for vagueness. All the paperwork we receive is directed toward the trust. The trust has liability. So when you respond as trustees, you have already lost, since the documents do not say name trustee. Oh, I'm loving this series. Page 37, and we have 20 minutes to go. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Hashtag Consular Courts, and membership dues are once a month between $3 and $10. That's 3 and 10 Federal Reserve notes a month. Surely, for the work of the consulates in your communities, we can find a way to scratch that up. But I love the heart of my visionary leader. He said, we're not trying to tax the Moors. They've been taxed all their lives by all of these corporations. We don't want to tax the Moors. So no, this is not a tax. This is consular courts requesting the community engagement and support so that we can get this built as soon as possible. These consulates, they're going to be presenting you before other nations and other embassies all over the globe. When you receive written correspondence addressed to the all caps name, it is addressing the estate. Anytime anyone is addressing the estate and attempting to take anything from the estate, the issue is trespass. The only response to written correspondence, abandoned paperwork, addressed to the estate is to reply with the executor letter, to which you attach, do not staple the document that has been abandoned on the issue. Example, If you receive a collection letter, foreclosure notice, complaint summons, information, etc., do not staple it to the executor letter and mail it as described below. If you are in a court case and you are just now discovering this process, make a copy of the charging statement, that is, complaint, indictment, or information, the bond agreement if you were arrested and released on bond, and the judgment if the case has already been decided, and attach. Do not staple them all to the executor letter. Executor letter puts them on notice that you are aware of the estate and now occupy the executor office. We want, quote unquote, them all to the executor letter. We want them to repent and forsake their evil ways, comma, conflict generation. The recipient of the executor letter has 3 days to act on it after receipt. Make a copy. If you're going to send it certified return receipt mail. I would send it overnight, and I would be busting their heads with this thing. I would be busting their heads. I would be having so much fun, and nothing would be able to stop this train from rolling. Woo! They go after us as trustees and trick us into that capacity. You cannot mix the two. Executor versus trustee. It's the same thing as mixing private and commercial. Always direct a letter to an office occupied by a living being. We were teaching this in previous classes. We were teaching that you must address the living being. The corpse is dead. The corporation is dead. It is not going to respond to you. Woo, baby. But the living being has no other recourse. Come on with it. Yeah. Almost done. Another 10 minutes. Not the Office of the Bureau of Taxes, but to the Director of the Office of Bureau of Taxes. And if you can find their name, attach their name. The Executor Office operates with no limitation of time, subject matter, or authority. The Executor Office can do any defects done to the estate. It is a duty to correct errors. Note, when replying, make no demands, except for their authority to administrate the estate. In the executor letter, we do not threaten or go to war with them. They've got nothing but liability. This letter is about making peace. Do not use the estate letter for commerce. Yeah, baby. It is to be understood that every time a new issue comes up where the estate is being attacked, you must send a new executor letter to those threatening the estate. Do not combine multiple cases or issue one executor letter. Use a separate executor letter to address each case or issue. Generally speaking, the executor letter should go to top management level for best results. I go to the head every time. Whoever is saying they, the HMIC, head more in charge, whoever is saying that, that's who I go to. The top, or in this case, the head European in charge. I go to the top because that's where you at, baby. The top. Ooh, sitting on your throne, Miss Aries. It is likely that the lawyers on and off the bench are the ones who best understand the seriousness of the estate fraud issues that can arise if the assault of the estate continues after notification by executor letter. Always mail the original of the executor letter by certified mail. Use Postal Service certified mail PS Form 3800 with a green card, PS Form 3811, or pink PS Form 2865. The original goes to the office to which it is addressed. Yeah. We're getting into specific instructions now. Do not allow the postal clerk to affix a postal meter stamp on your envelope containing an executor letter. Use only stamps to lick those who have trespassed on the estate. Use only stamps to lick those who have trespassed on the estate. The postal clerk will try to convince you to accept the meterage postage. Just explain that the reason you want postage stamps is because no one collects metered postage, only stamps, because they have intrinsic value. Using metered postage invalidates the General Post Office, United States Minor, Outlying Islands, location. A metered postage is final. Everyone who's rocking with me, know the severity. Know what this is going to do for you. Send, talk to your people, get all the Moors involved. Ya'anaki El, I honor you, Empress, for all the work you're doing. We look forward to your presentation, and it's going to be fire. Yes. These are consuls that are active. These are consuls who desire their whole heart for consulates to be built all over the world. Normally, a court case never closes. Executor letters seem to close the case on the public side. Commercial trading of the securities that are issued regarding the case on the private side probably continue, especially if you've signed any documents. Your signature is gold, and they won't throw it away. They won't throw away the notes with your signature. They won't return the note to you either when they are paid off. If a note is produced in court as proof of debt, the judge must sequester the note. That means take it out of circulation before he issues a judgment against you to pay the debt or approves a foreclosure. That was just proven with that note production. If you are sending executor letters to an entity that is withholding benefits from the estate, that is the International Monetary Fund, that is the Treasury Direct Access, that is the bank, that is the people who own your land, whoever, whatever, wherever, however, that is all of that. While they acknowledge the validity of the claim or are allowing partial benefits to the estate, such as partial disability payments, you should include the paperwork showing they acknowledge the valid claim, but don't call it abandoned, irrigated, alleged, erroneous, etc. Don't nullify that good paperwork. Say that you are hereby warranted and this claim is hereby approved. The claim is hereby adjourned. Leave in all references to their bonds showing you are aware of all that stuff. It is threatening their bonds without threatening them. Think of the beauty of a prison inmate doing the executor letter. There is a notary public employed by the prison system, notarizing a document that they have proven the identity of the person holding the position of the executor office, and they are holding him as inventory. To the more that contacted me that's in prison right now, I got that email, and I'm going to just send this to you because I love you, man. Just period. I'm gonna send it to you. You were honest about the charge that they put against you, and no man deserves no more. One, shouldn't be under the corporate de facto. Two, there should be some moosies or some people from the Moorish Science Temple of America coming to get you. And three, you don't deserve to be in there. All right, you made a mistake. You ain't gonna do it no more. And even the scriptures say that a man who steals when he's hungry shouldn't be charged anyway. If you was truly hungry and you needed to eat, then hey, you know. The man you gotta live, and the service corporation and all of these colorable practices that's going on is squeezing the Moors right now. You can't find employment, you can't get equal opportunity in any way, shape, and form. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know, not okaying it, not authorizing it, but saying, I understand, brother. I understand. We about to get you out, and I would ask, let's make better choices, brother. Be a competent Moor, stand in the 5 pillars of light, and let's be removed from all of this because we don't need to do that no more. We got wealth beyond our imagination dreams, and we going to get it. We going to access it in due time. And as soon as you get out and execute this letter, you hit me up, and I'm going to send you some cash immediately to get back on your feet to do whatever. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing for our community. That is what we're supposed to be doing for our brothers and our sisters. We're supposed to be uplifting them with all that we have. All the resources that we have at our disposal is supposed to be given to the person to the right and to the left of you. Thank you very much. There is a notary public employed by the prison system, notarizing a document that they have proven the identity of the person holding the position of the executor office, and they are holding him as inventory. If one was to have been issued a search warrant, an indictment, an arrest warrant, and finally a criminal case filed, a separate executive letter would be issued for each proceeding. If you get a letter from the state court administrator stating, we are not the trustee of your estate, it is an admission they have no jurisdiction. So why are they raiding the estate? Record that letter at the county recorder, Get a certified copy and file it into the case. If you made a mistake on the executor letter, just send another one properly done. It replaces the previous one. Do not use all rights reserved or all rights retained. Those are each worldly concepts. You do not want rights. You want all the liberties, and you already have them. People who reserve their rights want to be sovereigns, and by reserving their rights, deny them. Any of this stuff is fatal to the executor letter. Now, with that being said, these are explanation of the executor letter line by line. Ooh, we getting hot, baby. Yeah, we cooking right now. The executor letter must be on legal size, 8.5 by 14 paper. It is best to use a color laser printer. There is no such thing as a legal document on 8 by 5 times 11 papers. Congressional bills are presented on legal size paper. We are not going into the courts, so we don't want to use 8.5 by 11 paper. The courts use 8.5 by 11 because they are no longer lawful or legal courts. That's why you use 8.5 by 14. We use blue ink because it is royal law. Blue ink is used in commerce, Black ink is used in commerce and is dead and without life. Type the executor letter using 12-point font. Put all zip codes on the executor letter, even the zip code of the person to whom the letter is addressed in brackets. All zip codes have entanglements with the postal system, the IRS, and the world. Brackets remove it from the page. Come on, baby, we're almost there. 9 more minutes. Stick with me. See sections above, General Post Office location, for instructions regarding the mailing location. The mailing location at the letter heading and again below the executor's signature must be the same, and both are required. If you do not put the mailing location below your signature, the barflies will assume you are located in the notary public office back in the world. Date of executor letter. The date of the executor letter is done in the manner shown. Done by the light of day of, and whatever the date is. And for this specific example, 20-2, October 2-01-0. Certified mail number slip. The certified mail number strip should be peeled from the certified mail receipt and placed on the letter between the dashed lines. The space between the dash lines is in a right-of-way. Make sure the dash lines are outside the strip so they can be seen once the strip is in place. Since it can be construed that the outside edge of the certified mail number strip makes it not appear on the page, we put the passing lanes outside the certified mailing number slip to defeat the possible assertion. The certified sticker on the executor letter attaches the bond of the postmaster. Ooh, baby. The certified mail number strip certifies the document. After the notary public notarizes it, records it in the notary register, it is a registered certified document. You now have 3 records, 2 witnesses, notary and the U.S. Postal Service record. You only need 2. Ooh, baby. Addressee, general. Always direct the letter to the office occupied by a living being. Executor office always deals with the administrative office because the executor office is a court. It is an administrative office, but it is a judicial office also. Come on, let's get it. Always address the lawyer at the top of the food chain if it is not a court issue. For court issues, do not file a copy of the executor letter with the court. The office of the court clerk is to serve the lawyer industry, not you or your estate. Never give them anything. Never send the estate letter to a judge. Always to the state court administrator or highest lawyer in the food chain. The governor and attorney general of the birth state are probably trustees over the estate. The attached Exhibit D, who gets the executor letter. 6 examples. Go bypass that. I'll do it for you. We got, you know what? I'm going to try to get to the rest of this page and then give you guys what our visionary leader has been putting in the atmosphere, vibrating in the atmosphere. Address of addressee, explain line by line. Number 1, office of, that is, court administrator or chief counsel or chief financial officer. This is always the office, not the department, agency, or corporation. The executive letter is a communication from the executive office of the estate to their office. Office to office. The executive office is superior to their office. This is not a personal communication. It is office to office, office to office. Ooh, come on with it. Attention. Name of the occupant of the office. That is, whatever their name is, public servant. This is always the name of the person occupying the office stated in line 1. Number 3, corporate location, state, federal court, or financial headquarters. That is, United States District Court for the District of, example given, Colorado. This is the name of the court or corporation. Their address, any town, state, that is, Denver, Colorado, 6 USA. Even if you send a letter to Washington, D.C., put USA before the zip code. U.S.A. before the zip code, and put their zip code in brackets because you want to separate this communication from the United States. You want to remain non-domestic to the U.S. foreign corporate entity. You do not want to drag the estate or the executor office into the world system. The line numbers above are for references purposes only. Yes, we know that. We've got it covered. And that is the end of page 30, and we probably have 2 more volumes to go. So, our visionary leader concerning encouraging the community to build consulates in our communities wants the support of the Moors, needs it. This man has been flying around tireless nights. He's been politicking and has to deal with people who are noble at heart and COINTEL, and people who are selfish and just want to give information or to utilize what he's doing for their own personal gain. It's been doing work. It hasn't had no rest. So we want you to come alongside Charlemagne Bay and lend him whatever resource you may have, time, talent, and treasure of any capacity. Spend time, send emails, give him resources. I know this Moore who is a construction person, a master mason. I know this Moore who is an expert at finance. I know this Moore who desires to sow into the building of the consulates. I know this woman who is an organic, an advocate for organic eating, and she's able to do A, B, and C with food or catering or growing your own food. You think, you meditate on all the gifts in all your communities. We got a whole economy, okay? So this is what Willie Lynch said. He said, sever the father, and the mother is the economic resource. Matriarchs know how to sew. Matriarchs know how to build. Matriarchs know how to, Proverbs 31, go read it. That's a matriarch right there. Proverbs 31. She's the economic resource of our communities. Same with the males. The matriarchs say to the master mason, honey, I desire something to be built. The master mason Moore says, what's up, Empress? What do you want to be built? Consulates in our communities. And the master masons go to work. Woo, baby! And we gonna see them built. Yeah. Hiram Abiff is building. I thank you for spending this hour with me. Tomorrow we're going to do volume 4, be a 5-part series, and then we'll be done. Then I've pretty much done my work as consulate. After that work is done, I'm gonna give you guys some time. I'm gonna set up the website. I'm gonna put all the information on the website. I'm gonna invite you to the website. You already have ways to donate, gift, support, pay your due. You know, I don't like to sound like that. Support the work, please. I don't want to say pay your dues or nothing like that, like you're obligatory, but your heart's going to desire to do it. Now, there are people that are gifting way beyond right now what is asked, and we thank you for your contributions. Don't contribute if it's going to kill you or take food out of your children's mouths. Contribute. The man he said $3.30. He said, this is all I have and more will to come. And the parable of the widow sowing the 2 mites came to my mind at that point in time. That his gift of $3.30 was more than all of what anybody wealthy could give, because he gave from his heart. And that's just real. That's real talk. Islam to you. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Let's get these consulates built, community. Love you very much. I'll see you soon. Ooh, baby.